アメリカ・ニューヨークでは全米オープンテニスが始まりました。そこで今日は大坂なおみ選手特集をお伝えします。ロイターのスタジオにはデイリーナショナルスポーツエディターのマイク・ペコ氏に来ていただいています。Mike, thank you very much for coming. So let's talk about Naomi Osaka. So she's actually a different player compared to last year because when she came to US Open last year, not so many New Yorkers knew about her.
No, not at all. And that was the endearing part of her story. Seeing her make this run, and all of a sudden people are wondering, who is she? What's her background? She has this wonderful background, this diverse background that's really played well for her endorsement career internationally, not just here in the US.
ペコ氏が指摘するように、去年の全米オープンテニスで優勝したことで、今では大坂選手はフォーブスの調べでセリーナ・ウィリアムズ選手に続いて世界第6位、2430万ドル、およそ26億円を稼ぐ選手となりました。そして知名度も上がりました。今年の全米オープンテニスの会場では大坂選手を称賛する声が続きました。
Great athlete, great heart.
Great win last year against Serena, and just amazing player.
I think she's an incredible player, and we're so excited to be here and be a whole part of this tennis here in New York City today.
She combines power and grace, and I think that there's really not too many players who play as beautifully as Naomi.
I know about Osaka. I'm a fan. I respect the game. She's going to be one of the greatest to ever play.
そして8月20日にイギリスのメディア会社スポーツフロは世界で最も市場性の高い選手50位を発表し、その1位に大坂なおみ選手は輝きました。
And now you come back as the defending champion. How does that change a tournament for you?
I mean, I'm not really sure yet because this is the first time, of course. So I'm looking forward to the experience. And for me, everyone knows that I love it here. So
A London media company made Osaka Naomi as the world's most marketable athlete for 2019. Why do you think it is?
I think what they're seeing is what's her marketability like, what's her age, what's her longevity, and what is the popular awareness around her. Now, certainly she had her struggles in the French Open and in Wimbledon, but they're really looking for a strong performance from her from the US Open. Potential two-time champion of the US Open is a very highly marketable athlete.
And she's still very young.
And she is still very young. And that is actually part of their marketing strategy, is that this poised, very personable young woman who almost came out of nowhere. Certainly when she won the US Open, so much attention was paid to the controversy between Serena and the chair umpire that she was almost overshadowed. But the way that she was able to handle that enhanced her in the eyes of the public and certainly in the eyes of the companies who brought her in as their product endorsers.
そして今年も記者会見では去年の全米オープンテニス決勝で対戦したセリーナ・ウィリアムズ選手についての質問がありました。
How was your relationship with Serena since that night, and has it changed, or what's it been like? Do you ever talk about that night, or how has it been with her?
Can I pass on? Like, I don't really pass, but I feel like I've answered this so many times.
The comparison between Serena Williams and Naomi Osaka. What do you think about the comparison this year?
Yeah, I think this year what you're seeing is that they're both kind of following different paths. Serena towards the end of her career, going far in some tournaments, but also losing, and it not being the main story that it used to be in years past, because they kind of know that Serena's career, she's already established herself as, let's just say, quite frankly, as probably the greatest female tennis player that's ever played. But if she loses early in a tournament, it's big news for a day, but it doesn't hurt her legacy. What Naomi has to worry about right now is too many of these early exits in tournaments. That could really hurt her brand appeal moving forward. She really needs to continue winning and winning in the way that she's done in the past.
大坂選手は27日の1回戦、そして29日の2回戦と勝ち進んでいます。
From a standpoint of a brand, you really get the awareness of the casual fan once you get into the quarterfinals, into the semifinals, and into the finals. It really becomes that rock star moment where everyone, especially in New York, the US Open really takes over the city. You really need your main person to get into the corners, the semis, and certainly into the finals. So that really is an obstacle for her, is to not follow the path from the French and the Wimbledon.
And I want to go back to the basics. So what is the marketability for players? What is marketability?
Well, number one is, what is your name appeal? What is your backstory? What can a brand tie their messaging to? I mentioned with Naomi Osaka, when she won, she had some sponsorships, but the normal tennis sponsorships that any run-of-the-mill player, up-and-coming player would have. All of a sudden, winning and having her backstory, she becomes a prestige athlete for brands like Nike, MasterCard, Nippon Airways, Nissan Foods. So those are the brands that will gravitate towards her, luxury type brands. So in terms of being marketable, it's what's your story? What brand seems authentic to you as well? It wouldn't be authentic for her to endorse, let's say, like an energy drink or something that she may not necessarily use, but she may be a good sponsor for a more luxury water brand or a sparkling water brand, which is something that's really making penetration and moves in the marketplace. So again, it's all about fitting what your personality is, what your background is with a particular brand, and them almost finding you and you finding them.
Listening to your story, this sports marketing is really becoming a huge business in America, isn't it?
Oh, it's been a big business for many, many decades, obviously. But I think now what we're seeing is that the consumer is more aware, whether it be through social media or whether athletes having their own personalities more front and center through their social media accounts. But this synergy of sports marketing, of brands trying to find athletes to really create content and awareness that's really authentic is the newer trend that's coming out.
There are many celebrities and actors and actresses, and they can hire those people too. So what is the merit of hiring all these sports players for their marketing?
And what you're getting is kind of the organic awareness that they're on TV. If you think about a baseball player or a basketball player, that's 162 nights that a baseball player is on TV. A basketball player is on TV 82 plus nights a year. So what you're getting is the platform and the opportunity for them to promote your brand, whether it be for a social media post before or after a game, whether it be something in-game that the brand is able to do. There's just much more opportunity for activations and things of that sort. You mentioned the celebrities and the actors, actresses, even musicians. There's not as much of an organic opportunity for them to do those things in the moment. So if you are dealing with a celebrity or a model or an actor or an actress, it becomes a lot more staged and planned versus the opportunity for a player, let's say, to do something any basic night of the season. So they have much more opportunity to do things.
More exposed.
They're much more exposed, and that awareness of them becomes a much more of a real, tangible thing for someone that really wants to take part in their life. They're seeing them live their life so many nights out of the year.
And finally, we're just close with the US Open, and I know we talked about a lot about Osaka, but what do you think she should play in this US Open? And finally, what other things that you are looking at for this US Open this year?
Well, what you're really looking for is, can she repeat? Who's going to be her main challengers? From the female side of things, I just don't think that there are enough name brand female players right now that are gunning for her that the public at large really wants to see.
Quite interesting. We have to watch that. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
ニューヨークロイタースタジオからお伝えしました。Thank you very much for coming to the studio.